I can't really tell if I like this filming setup or not. I'm not really sure. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing my May TBR. Before you get into anything bookish, however, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments what books are you most excited to read this month. Okay, so another month down, and that means we are ready for another round of testing out TBRs. This is my 4th TBR game that I am trying to find out if it works best for me. I will put a link to the previous videos and the cards up above if you're interested in seeing the other games I've tried. This month I decided to try out 𝗖cie from 𝗖cie's Reading Corner's Jenga TBR. I will put a link to her most recent Jenga TBR in the cards, but a basic rundown is every one of these Jenga blocks has a different prompt on it. So I'm gonna pull one. In order to figure out how many blocks she pulls, 𝗖cie rolls 2 6-sided die. Hopefully this will go well for me. We'll find out. Well, we got 2, so starting out easy. And 1, which is 3. Okay, so unfortunately for me, if 𝗖cie rolls below 4, she rolls again and then adds all of those numbers together. So, one more time. 2. Okay, so we're up to 5. Oh, thank God. And 1. So we are at 6. Now, I will say some of these Jenga blocks do include +1, which means I would have to pull another. We'll see if I get to that. Hopefully not. Okay, first pull. Once upon a time, I was pretty good at Jenga, so like, fingers crossed this goes well. Oh, that's great pick. Book club. So I think I am participating in one book club this month, and that is going to be Booked Since the 90s. Their pick is The Good for Nothings by Danielle Banas. Basically sounds to me like a young adult version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, YA sci-fi fantasy. Honestly, that's all I had to hear and I was sold. I'm pretty intrigued by it. Even the cover was very reminiscent to Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's all I needed. That's all I wanted to hear. I'm pretty excited for it, and I can't wait to talk about the book with the rest of the book club. Okay, so pick 2. I think I'm gonna go right here. You were nice and easy. Recent purchase. Okay, that works out pretty well because if you saw my last book haul, I've bought a lot of books recently. You know, I'm just like trying to get back on top of actually continuing series. It's a goal. I'm trying to get that going in my head. So I think I'm gonna start with Well Played by Jen DeLuca. This is the second book in the Well Met series, also set at a Renaissance fair. However, now we are following 𝗖cie. 𝗖cie, I believe, basically gets catfished. She thinks she has been talking for the past year to this handsome band member. However, I think it turns out to be one of the tech guys who works at the Renaissance fair alongside her and is kind of nerdy. That's all I really know. I did enjoy her first book, Well Met. Third act conflict was a little aggravating, but I'm hoping that Jen DeLuca improves in the second book. I've kind of heard mixed things on this one. Some people really love this and think it's their favorite, but my friend Kat actually says this is her least favorite of the series thus far. I'm not sure where this is gonna go for me, but I'm intrigued. It's a recent purchase, so going with that one. Okay, pick number 3. That's an easy one. Anticipated. Well, that's simple enough. Part of me hates myself for going with this book. The other part of me is like, do it, just do it. You know you want to. I'm gonna pick Yes and I Love You by Ronnie Lauren. I have been really excited to pick this book up ever since I bought it. Ronnie Lauren is a local author to me. I've heard amazing things about the second book in this series from Chandler Ainsley, and Chandler's like the queen of romance. If that woman gives a positive rating, I think it's probably gonna be pretty good. So I've been very excited to try out the first book and then hopefully get to the second. This book I know is following a woman who has this internet personality, which is her job, and eventually her boss tells her that she needs to come out of the shadows and reveal that she is this personality. I think it's something like Ms. Poppy, and she ends up hiring this actor to assist her in trying to become more comfortable in herself to eventually reveal that she is Ms. Poppy, given that she has terrible social anxiety. I'm really excited to pick this up. It's a romance. It's got some heavy hitting topics. 2 things I really love. I also think with that kind of a topic, that means the character work in this is probably going to be fantastic. Highly anticipated for me. It's just the first in another series. Even if they're companion novels, it's another series, and I've been trying to not start any more series until I finish a few. That's clearly not happening. Pick number 4. Oh, yes. Also, this worked out very well. Next in a series, apparently. I guess series are just the buzzword for right now. Shoot. Darn it, because like this would have worked perfectly for that, but I don't want to backtrack now. Or could I? No, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna go with The Trouble with 12th Grade by Dorinda Jones, 12th book in the Charlie Davidson series. I've been rereading these for months now, and I am so close to being finished. I just have the 12th and the 13th book to finish out my reread, and then I have the next 3 novellas to officially finish out the series. Gonna go with this one, next in a series, even if it's a reread of a series. We got 2 more to go, so next pick. You look like you're in there nice and smooth. Oh. Came out beautifully. Color pick. Okay, so this means I have to use a random color generator. So let me pull that up and then get the recording going. Okay, so random color generator. Beige. What a boring color. Okay. I don't know if this works for me. I don't know if I'm happy about this. Haha, this worked out very well. So my grandmother asked me to tell you She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman. I've been wanting to get to more Frederick Bachman's work ever since I finished out Anxious People. I recently talked about that in my 5-star follow-up video, so I'll put a link to that in the cards. I really enjoyed that book and I've been wanting to pick up more of his work. I grabbed this at the library last month and I still haven't gotten around to it, so hopefully this will make me read it. I really don't like checking out library books and then never reading them. Just like the whole color scheme of this is a little beige. So, that worked perfectly. All right, we got 1 more pull. You look like you're gonna come out smooth. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And we got a BIPOC author, so that's pretty easy one. Okay, so I think for this one, I'm also going to knock out my nonfiction book for the month, and that is Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. I also recently picked this up in my book shopping vlog. This one is a nonfiction read, obviously, in which Mickey Kendall dives into feminism in a perspective that is more focused on intersectionality, so not looking at feminism with a purely white perspective. I've heard tons of positive things about this one. I've been wanting to get to it for a while now, so here is me finally making time for it. That knocks out my prompt as well as being a nonfiction book, so perfect. Okay, so that is it for my pulls, but of course, me being me, this is not the end of my TBR. Are you kidding? No, that would be way too easy. So along with all of these, I am also planning to read The Giver by Lois Lowry this month. This is one of my few books left on my 10 books I want to read in 2022. This book has been on my TBR since 2009, so it is currently listed as the oldest book on my TBR, and that is why I want to finally get it read. I know this is a middle grade dystopian story. It's not particularly long, even though dystopians and I don't particularly get along. Hopefully I can read it fairly fast and finally get it out of the way. Along with that, I also have a arc I need to get read this month, and that is Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. This is some sort of a fake dating scenario where this woman was on a TV show reminiscent to The Bachelor and actually ended up turning the man down. She is now hated by majority of the country and somehow gets involved with this man who I think might have previously been a big name sports star and now is a baker. That's honestly all I know. I've heard positive things so far. A cute punny title like that automatically won me over. Plus it's a romance, so I am excited to get to this one here soon. Along with my nonfiction goal that I have every month, I also want to try and read 1 comic or graphic novel. So I think this month I am gonna knock out Piper by Jay Asher and Jessica Freeberg. This is a standalone graphic novel in which we are following a young woman who I believe is deaf, and because of that she has been shunned by a majority of her village. She ends up meeting and falling in love with this boy named Piper, who obviously I think is supposed to be a play on the Pied Piper story. I think somehow he introduces her to a bunch of magics. The art style in this does seem very reminiscent to many stories that I really enjoyed when I was younger. The vibes I'm getting off from this cover are creepy fairy tale retellings, and as I've said ad nauseum, I want more of those. I want them so badly. I also technically have a goal to read a big book every month, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't think that's gonna happen here. Just not getting done this month. Finally, for this last little section, I am planning to partake in one readathon this month, and that is the May the Force Be With You readathon. I'm so excited for this. I partook in the Star Wars readathon last year because, you know, May the 4th be with you, so of course I had to do it again. Looking at these, I have to figure out which side I'm gonna be on, whether it be the light side or the dark side. Last year I went for the Sith side. Honestly, it's kind of just gonna depend on whether these books will fit or not. One moment. Okay, so it appears that I am actually going to be going for the light side this year. Interesting. So starting out for the light side prompts, first up is Force Spirit, and this is to read a book with a supernatural element or a ghost. Now, hear me out. Technically speaking, this is a contemporary, but I feel like the grandmother's spirit is going to be very strong throughout the story. Not technically a ghost, but I think in terms of spirit, she will still be there. So I'm saying that counts. Next is Healing to Read, a comfort read. Well, for me, Charlie Davidson is one of my absolute favorite series. This is my third time rereading it, fourth time reading it in all. Definitely a comfort read. I read these so quickly. They're hilarious, they're funny, but by this point the main focus of the story is more on the fantastical war that is impending. Now, I know that does not sound particularly comforting, but it definitely is to me. After that is to read Knowledge, and this is a book with at least 5 words in the title. Well, guess what? Yes, and I love you. That's 5. That's 5 words. Haha. Now, unfortunately, the next 2 prompts on the light side just don't particularly fit with the books I currently have. However, 2 of the neutral prompts do, and you can actually use some of those prompts as well, whether you are on the light or dark side. So first up is Doppelganger, and that is a book with a title that only has 2 words. Well, technically, hood feminism could count as well played, so one of these works for that. And then lastly, for Battle Meditation, a book with less than 250 pages. Piper clocks in at 144 according to Storygraph, so bang! I have my Star Wars TBR knocked out as well. I do think that I might be able to work in some of the other prompts with a few of the other books I have already mentioned I'm planning to read, but I'm not taking the time to focus on those now. There are additional side prompts to make you even stronger. Hopefully this way I can at the very least complete the main 5 and become a Jedi. We shall see. If you're interested in joining this readathon as well, I will have links for all relevant information in the description down below. Definitely go check it out. I am so excited to partake in this for a second time. Okay guys, so that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I have all my socials linked in the description if you're interested in keeping up with what I am reading. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!